So let us start our session for the day. We were supposed to start 12.6 today, that is resistance of a system of resistors. But what happened is last time we were not able to complete our blue questions. So let us complete those first from 12.5, the blue question part, and then we'll move to the next one, that is 12.6. So last time I think we had completed two, that first factors on which resistance depends and problem of thin and thick wire. So both things we have seen. Today we are going to go with the third one, that is let the resistance of electrical component, that question. So let me go to that question first. Yes. So this is the question they are saying. Let the resistance of an electrical component remains constant. So they are asking us keep the resistance constant, and without changing the resistance, they are asking us to change the potential difference. So they are asking change the potential difference across the two ends decreases to half of its former value. So they are saying keep the resistance same, but decrease the potential difference to half. That means initially it was V, then change it to V by 2. Okay, so suppose initially it was 50 volts, now the new value is 25 volts. Now they are asking what will be the change in current. They are saying if potential difference is decreased by half, what will be the current value? That is all they are asking. And in this case, they are saying resistance to be kept as constant. So let us just assume that case 1, in case 1, R is constant. They have given it. They are asking us to keep the resistance constant. Second case, formula according to Ohm's law is V is equal to I into R. That we already know, right? R is constant. Next thing they are saying is V is equal to I into R. Afterwards, they are asking us to decrease the value. But from this formula, we can find the value of R. So R would be equals to what? V by I. R would be equals to what? V by I. The final thing from case 1. In case 2, they are asking us to decrease the potential difference by half. So let us put the case 2. So case 2. In case 2, they are asking us to decrease the potential difference. So new value, let us just call new potential difference V1, and they are saying decrease the value by half. Half का मतलब क्या होता है? आधा. So initially it was V, half means what? V by 2. That is the new potential difference. Afterwards, according to Ohm's law, the new thing will be they're asking us to find out current, right? In this case, for case 2, they're asking the current. So I1 is equal to question mark. What about Ohm's law for this particular new V1? So new formula for Ohm's law would be V is equal to IR is the formula. But if you are taking one value, then we have to say V1 is equal to I1 into R1. Correct? I1 value we have to find. So that is not given. V1 value has been given to us. That is V by 2. V by 2. But you already know resistance has not to be changed. So R and R1 they are same. So value of R1 is nothing but R only. So let us put the values there. R is constant, right? R is constant for both the cases. So in place of R1, we can write down just R, just R. Now let us try to substitute the values of V1 and I1. V1 value is given from in the question only, that is V by 2. So I have put V by 2. What about I1? I1 we have to find. And R value we can get from our case 1. ठीक है, R is equal to V by I. So I have put all the values. V by 2 into is equal to I1 into R value is V by I. Now let us try to cancel. If some values are common, we'll cancel it. So you can see V is available on this side as well as other side. So we can cancel this V. So V and V is getting cancelled, and I will shift this I to the other side. So it will become I by 2. Okay, V and V is cancelled, and I1 value would be equals to I by 2. Okay, so I1 is equal to I by 2. So give me response in chat box. Have you understood how to find out the value? All you have to do is assume the both the cases, and according to the given condition, you have to find out the answer. Understood? Okay, fine. Now let us go with the next question. Next question is, why are coils of electric toaster and electric irons made up of alloy rather than pure metal? Okay, you give me answer for this question. We have seen why alloys are supposed to be used. I gave you two reasons. Okay, give me response in chat box. What is the reason why we use alloys in toasters and irons? Oye, Adiraj, it's not less resistance. It is high resistance because of which we use alloys. Kritika, what you are saying, resistivity is more. Yes, exactly right. Sanskriti, what you are saying, less oxidation at high temperature. Very much correct. Less oxidation at high temperature, and second reason given by Kritika, that is resistivity is more, and Sanskriti's point, that is less oxidation at high temperature. Both points are correct. Okay? And what about other students? Only two students were able to give the correct answer. Madhav, what you are given, its resistivity is high. Correct. Okay. Okay, fine. So why are the coils made up of alloys? First reason is very simple, because of high resistivity, and second is they do not get oxidized, that is burn at higher temperature. So they do not oxidize easily. So the two reasons are, first is high resistivity, that we know, and second is they do not oxidize readily at high temperatures. We already have seen this, we have learned this, that they do not oxidize readily at high temperatures. One of the basic reasons why we use them in toasters and irons. Okay? So do not get confused. 2 points are what? High resistivity and do not get oxidized. Okay, so you already have this answer. So let us move to the next one. Fifth question. Now, fifth question they are asking, they are saying use the table 12.2. So 12.2 is nothing but this table which you are seeing on the screen, okay, which is given in our textbook. They are asking you, take the reference of table 12.2, and they're asking us to answer the question, these two questions based on this table. So first question they are asking is, which among the iron and mercury is a better conductor? So they are asking, use this table, compare iron and second is mercury, and they are saying, please tell us which is going to be a better conductor. So for that, what we have to do is we have to compare the values of mercury and iron resistivity. So I will highlight them for you. Question is, who is the best conductor among both of them? That is iron and mercury. All we need to do is compare. But you can see value of iron resistivity is less, mercury resistivity is more. So whoever is having less resistivity is nothing but a good conductor. Jiska kam resistivity ho, that is the better conductor. So in this case, who will be the best conductor? What is your answer? What do you think? Who will be the best conductor? Obviously, iron, right? Iron will be the best conductor. What about the second question? Which material is the best conductor? Which material is the best conductor from all this table? Obviously, whichever is at the top, whichever is having the least resistivity is nothing but our best conductor. So answer would be silver. Okay? Answer for this is silver. So that means for first question, among iron and mercury, iron is the better conductor. And which material is the best conductor? Silver, according to the table. Okay, so just write down this answer in your notebook and we'll proceed. Iron is the best conductor and silver is the best conductor. Okay, for the second one. Okay. Now what we are going to do today is we have completed 12.5. The total points which are available in our textbook is 8 points, out of which we have covered 5. Today we are going to go with is 6. 12.6 is not that much simple. See, it has combination of resistances, that is series and parallel. So at least we will try to complete series today. So all this topic, that is 12.6, it is about combination of the resistances, that how you can combine one resistance with the another. So that is what we are going to learn in 12.6. Okay, how to combine resistance. So there are two ways in which resistance can be combined. So one option is series combination. So the one way to combine resistors is series combination. Another combination you can do is parallel combination. So one combination is series, one combination is parallel. Okay, there are two combinations which you can do. So first we will see today series, tomorrow we'll see parallel. Okay. So first thing which looks like, see, what happens is every year whenever I teach this topic, students tend to get confused about finding out what kind of circuit they are looking at. So first we'll see how series combination looks like. Like in actual circuitry, if you are watching a circuit, you should be able to tell whether they are connected in series or not. So how to identify? So just focus on this. Series combination is also called by another name, that is end-to-end connection. ठीक है, end to end connection. First we'll understand what is the meaning of this. So first we'll take one resistor, ठीक है, this is a symbol of a resistor. So you can see it has one start and another is one of its end. So it has a start, it has an end. Now if I decide to join another resistor with this, ठीक है, I want to join another resistor. So what I have done is I have joined one after the another. You can see one after the another I have joined. Let me tell you, let me identify the start and end points. So for the first one, the start and ending points I have highlighted with red circles. Now let me identify the second one, the starting and ending points for the second resistor. So these are the one that is green circles. So these green circle mentions what? Start and end point of the second resistor. For the third one, again I will highlight with yellow ones. Okay? So for each of these points, I have given you which is the starting point and which is the ending point. So this basically is nothing but called as series combination, in which we are connecting one end to the another. So if we connect one end to the another, it is called as series combination. Matlab, all you have to do is you have to connect one end to the another start. That's it. Okay? If you combine anyone's end with the starting point of another resistor, it is called as a series combination. Basically it means एक के बाद एक connection करना, series. ठीक है, it happens in series. It is that one. ठीक है. So in short, how can we put words for series combination? Series combination basically means combination of resistances one after the another. ठीक है. So give me response in chat box. Have you understood from this particular diagram how to connect resistances in series? All you have to do is connect one end to one of the starts. Understood? Okay, so let us begin with the next point now. Second point is about how the series circuit looks like, means in reality. This is just the pictorial diagram, right? It is without battery, it is without ammeter, voltmeter, nothing has been connected to them. But in actual circuit, how it looks like is this one. So you can see there is a combination of cells here, so that means it's a battery. Battery, then we have A means ammeter, okay? And these, focus on these resistances, R1, R2 and R3. You can see one of the end is connected to one of the start. Matlab end to end connection hai, end to end. So this is basically what kind of combination? Series combination. So R1 is connected to R2, R2 is connected to R3. So basically it is what combination? Series combination. Now let us try to understand how parallel connection looks like. Okay? How parallel connection looks. In this case, what you have to do is you have to connect start and end points. Okay? Initially, what you did, you connected end and start. In this, you have to combine all the starting points and you have to combine all the ending points. Let us see how it can be done. So these are the three resistances which I have shown to you. So one is having start and end, start and end, start and end. Now, if I combine this particular end to the start, then it will become series resistance. But if I connect these all the starts to a common point, if I connect all these to a common point, and if I connect ending points to a common point, then these are called as parallel combination. That means something like this. So if I combine all the starting points to a single one and the ending points to a single one, then it is called as parallel combination. So what I've done is I have connected all the starting points to which point? Point A, and I have connected end points to point B. This is called as parallel combination. What is the main difference between series and parallel? In series, I connected end to the start. But in this case, all the starting points are at one side, all the ending points are at one side. This is called as parallel combination. Okay? So give me response in chat box. Have you understood what is the basic difference between series and parallel? Okay, chalo, so we can move. So basic difference is what? How can you put it? Series combination is nothing but end-to-end connection, and parallel combination means they are connected between two common points. Okay? Two common points you have to take for combining with parallel combination. So how this circuit actually looks in the diagram? So it is something like this. Battery is available. Then you can see there are three resistances here, R1, R2 and R3. Now let us see if they are combined to a single point. So yes, if they have taken the initial starting points and combined to point X, and the later points are combined to point Y. So what they have done is they have connected all the starting points to one and ending points to one. Definitely this circuit is nothing but parallel circuit. Okay, now what we are going to do is compare series and parallel. What is the main difference? So basically series combination is what? End to end connection. Matlab one start, one's end has to be connected to one's start. मतलब किसी का end किसी के start को connect करना is nothing but called as series combination. And what about parallel? Parallel के अंदर सभी start एक को connect करेंगे, सभी end एक को connect करेंगे. Series में what is the difference? Series में एक का end एक के start को, either all the start on one side, all the end on one side. That is the basic difference. Series and parallel. Okay, now we'll be talking about derivation of resistor in series. Okay, how to derive the formula. But before that, there is this activity that is 12.5. So based on the same activity 12.5, we'll be talking about the formula for series resistance. So let us see, this is the diagram which is given in activity 12.5. Okay, this is the activity which is given in our textbook. So based on the same activity, this is one of the diagrams which they have. Let us try to understand this diagram first, and then we'll derive the formula. Now these are many combinations of cells, so that means this is the battery. This is the battery. Then this current is flowing. Then we have R1, R2, R3, three resistors. Then we have ammeter also and switch also. Now what is this V? So V is nothing but voltmeter. So every resistor has its own voltmeter. You can see R1 has V1, R2 has V2, R3 has V3. Matlab every resistor has its own voltmeter. So how many voltmeters are present here? 3. 1, 2, 3. And how many resistors? 1, 2 and 3. 3 resistors, 3 voltmeters. 1 ammeter, 1 battery and 1 switch. Okay, now let us try to understand first whether it is in series or not. For series, all we connect is someone's end. So you can see R1's end is connected to what? R2's start. Okay? So can we say that it is a series combination? Give me response. That R1's end is connected to R2's start. So basically it is a series combination. Correct? Okay, so that is nothing but called as series combination. So let us try to understand. R1 and R2 is already connected. What about R2 and R3? R2's end is connected to R3's start. So basically that means it is again a series combination. So what we are going to do now is we are going to derive formula based on this. So let me first give you some idea about combinations. What happens in series? What is exactly the value of current and what is the value of potential difference? Now, first, can you give me response in chat box that what basically is potential difference? What exactly is potential difference? What is the meaning of potential difference? Give me response in chat box so that we can use the same information to understand more details about this. Work done to move a unit charge. Okay. But what is the main point in that particular definition? From one point to another, that is important. Amount of work done to move one charge from one point to another is called as potential difference. So that point, that particular thing that is one point to another is very important. Okay? So if we are talking about the different points, basically it means that if we take 2 points, suppose let's say if you are talking about X and P, focus on this diagram. There are 2 points here, point X, point P, and there is another point that is Q and S. So if I'm saying, if I'm sending one charge from X to P, then I will say potential difference is done. Okay, that is the work done. कहाँ से कहाँ भेजा मैंने? X से P तक. Second time I have sent from Q to S, Q to S. ठीक है? That is also another potential difference. But मैं तुमको एक चीज बता दूं, if you change the points, if you change the points that is from X to P to Q to S, whatever the potential difference you will get in this case would be different from this case, second case. Reason, what is the reason? Because you are changing the points. If you change the points for sending a charge, basically you are changing potential difference. So R1 will be having different potential difference, and R2 will also have different potential difference. What is the reason? Because you are changing the points. For R1 it was X and P, for R2 it is Q and S. So both of them will have different potential difference. So give me response in chat box. Have you understood that why R1 and R2 have different potential difference? Reason is very simple, because their points are changing, so potential difference is also changing. Okay. Now focus on current. So we have already know that potential difference is different for R1, R2, R3. So it will have V1. Let us say potential difference through R1 is V1 and through R2 it is V2 and V3. All the potential difference are different in R1, R2 and R3. Why? Because their points are different. For R1 it is XP, for R2 it is QS, and for R3 it is TY. Now focus on current. What about current? Current ka kya? Whether it is same or not. So current is starting from your positive terminal, going through this case, and current is going through R1 and it is coming out. Whatever the value is coming out of R1, it is again the same value, that is I. Again it will enter R2, again it will come as I, and third time it will go through R3, again come out as I. So that means when it entered, the value of the current was I. When it exited, the value of the current is again I. So basically we can say current is same through R1, R2 and R3. Same current was flowing through all of them. Do you agree that all the current which was moving through them was same? Reason being that they are connected in series. So all the current which was flowing went through R1, R2 and R3 without change. Okay, the value was very much same. Okay. Now, next thing which we are going to focus on is, let us try to understand what things are same and what things are different in series and parallel. Okay. So for series combination, electric current is same. You have to understand, for series combination, electric current is same. You already have seen it, no? Electric current value didn't change. Even if the value of resistances were different, current was same. But which value changed? Potential difference, that is V. So V is very much different for all of these cases. So potential difference is different, but electric current was same. अभी देखा हमने potential difference क्यों different था? Because points were different. And why current is same? Because same current is flowing through all of them. So current value is not changing, but potential difference is definitely changing. ठीक है? So give me response in chat box. Do you agree that for series combination, electric current was same, but potential different value did change? Okay. So what I want you to do is, I want you to write down this in your notebook, this particular one, that what is exactly same in series combination and what is different. Okay. So please write this down in your notebook. For series combination, electric current is same and potential difference is different. Okay. Write it fast because we have to also see its derivation. For series combination, electric current is same and potential difference is different. Okay. Let us go with the next one now. So how to remember this? Okay. So you just have to remember SI unit. Okay. You already know SI units of different physical quantities, that is force, pressure, everything. So you know this word SI. So you have to use this to remember what is same in series circuit and what is different. So you can read it as, in series I is same. So in series I is same. I means what? Electric current. So electric current is same in series circuit. So SI unit has to be used for mnemonics. Now what we are going to do is we are going to derive formula for series combination. ठीक है? This is asked in almost every exam. ठीक है? Very important question. How to derive formula for series and parallel combination. So today we are going to talk only about series combination. Okay. So this is the one. Uh, Fine. So first thing what we are going to do is we are going to draw that circuit which is given in that activity. Okay. Now we already know that whatever the values which are going through R1 and R2 and R3, let us say current value is I1 here, then I2 and then I3 for resistance R1, R2 and R3. But you already know that current from all these things are same. ठीक है, तो current values for all these things are same, that is I. So let us say current from R1 is I1, I2, I3 and all these values are equal to I current. ठीक है, तो first thing we have written I is equal to I1, I2 and I3. Why? Because in series circuit all currents are same. ठीक है, so that's our first statement. Give me response in chat box. Have you understood the first statement? I is equal to I1 is equal to I2 is equal to I3 because current is same in all these cases. Series combination, no? Okay. Now next thing what we are going to understand is what about potential difference? Whatever the battery we have used, let us say the potential difference of that battery is capital V. ठीक है, so total potential difference available is V, but this V would be divided between R1, R2 and R3. तो सबको अलग अलग ये V मिलेगा because we already know in series combination potential difference is different, right? So let us say this particular V would be equal to V1, V2 and V3. क्योंकि ये कहाँ से मिला है? From where we have got V1, V2 and V3? We have received it from battery. So that means battery's total potential difference was divided between R1, R2 and R3. So if we combine these values, we will get the value of capital V. So V is equal to V1, V2 and V3. Now, what is Ohm's law? Ohm's law is nothing but V is equal to I into R. So let us just put that. So V is equal to I into R. From where we have received this Ohm's law. Now, if V is equal to I into R, we have found the value of V. Can we also find out the value of V1? Yes, we can. So let us put the value. V1 would be equals to I1 into R1. So ठीक है, V1 is equal to I1 into R1. Same for V2, I2 R2. What about V3? I3 R3. These are just the variations of Ohm's law. What I did is basically I used V is equal to IR and then I changed the value of the subscripts. So whatever the value are taken for V1, the same one I have given it for I and R. So V1 is equal to I1 R1, V2 is equal to I2 R2, and V3 is equal to I3 R3. Okay. Now let us go for the next step. First, give me response in chat box. Till this particular step, have you understood? Currents we have taken same, potential difference we have added, and that would be equal to the battery's potential difference. And Ohm's law, this value is V is equal to IR, and we calculated values for V1, I1, and R1. ठीक है? Now let us put these values in our equation 1. ठीक है? Let us put all these values in equation 1. So our equation 1 will become what? Value of V is IR. So I have put IR. What about V1? I1 R1 plus I2 R2 plus I3 R3. ठीक है? That is the one. But you already know what is the value of I1, I2 and I3. All these three values are equal to I. So I am going to replace the value of I1, I2 and I3. I will just write down I. In place of I2, I will also write down I. In place of I3, I will also again write down I only. Why? Because all these currents are same. So I can use just one letter for them. I. That's it. But you can see all these combinations are having current as a common case. So what I can do, I can take that electric current outside. Okay? Because that is common for all of these. So I will take it common. So I have taken electric current common. And what is remaining inside? R1 plus R2 plus R3. R1 plus R2 plus R3. But you can see, you can cancel I and I here. Okay? So let us cancel I and I. So we'll get R is equals to R1 plus R2 plus R3. So R is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. Okay? So give me a response in chat box. Have you understood till this moment how it has come? R is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. We replaced the values. We took the values common of current and we cancelled it. Okay, fine. So this is actually the formula for series resistance. So as this combination was in series, what we'll do, this R is nothing but total resistance. मतलब पूरे circuit का resistance is this R. So what I will do, I will give it a special letter S here. I won't call it R. I will call it RS. I will give a small S here. S stands for what? Series resistance. So the new formula would be what? RS. I am just giving a subscript here. Instead of calling it R, I will call it RS. Why? Because this is series resistance. So formula for series resistance is R1 plus R2 plus R3. ठीक है? R1 plus R2 plus R3. So everybody has understood this, how to derive this particular formula. If you understood, we can move to the next one. Have you understood how to derive formula for this? RS is equals to R1 plus R2 plus R3. Okay, fine. So what we are going to understand now is example 12.7. Based on the same thing, we already have the formula for resistance. We are going to find out, actually see this particular numerical. So it's a solved numerical from the textbook. We are just going to see it. The first question they are saying is, an electric lamp whose resistance is 20 ohm and a conductor of 4 ohm are connected to a 6-volt battery. So they have given us a diagram and they are saying there is a 20 ohm bulb and 4 ohm resistor which are connected. They are saying find the total resistance of the circuit, the current through the circuit, and potential difference across electric lamp and conductor. So three things they are asking: total resistance, current, and potential difference of resistance and bulb. So what I will do is I will increase the font size of these particular voltages and potential difference. And what is the value of this bulb? What is the ohm? 20 ohm. So let me write it down properly. So this is the increased size. Battery is nothing but 6 volt. That resistance was already given, but I have highlighted it. I have increased the font size. So it is 4 ohm. And bulb value is given as 20 ohm. First thing they are asking us is calculate total resistance. Now, first we have to check whether they are in series or parallel. So you can see one end is connected to other's end. So obviously end-to-end connection मतलब क्या है? Series combination. So total resistance would be resistance. How can we calculate total resistance for series? All we have to do is write down the formula. RS is equals to R1 plus R2. ठीक है? तो for series combination, what will be the value? We have to add both of them. ठीक है? दोनों को add करना पड़ेगा. And both the values we already have, 4 ohm and 20 ohm. So 4 ohm and 20 ohm. And 20 plus 4 is what? 24. So total resistance would become 24 ohm. Very simple. Total resistance of the circuit that asked us to calculate. So just add them. 20 plus 4 is 24. Okay? Okay. So second thing they are asking us is current through the circuit. Now that can also be found out. We have potential difference. They are asking us to calculate I. Total resistance of the circuit we have already. So let us just use that. Ohm's law. According to Ohm's law, what is the formula? V is equal to IR. But when you are finding out current for the total circuit, you have to take the total resistance of the circuit. ठीक है, total resistance लेना पड़ेगा. And what is the total resistance value? 24 ohm. So V value we already have. What is the battery? 6 volt. What about I? That we have to calculate. What about RS? We already know it is 24. Let us put that. So 6 is equal to I into 24. So I would be equals to what? 6 by 24. 6 ones are 6 3s are 18, 6 4s are 24. So I is equal to 1 by 4. But 1 by 4 is nothing but what? 0.25. So I value would be what? 25 ampere. So 0.25 ampere. Okay, just divide it. 6 by 24 is 0.25. So current value we have got. So we have solved A, we have solved B. Third thing they are asking is potential difference across the lamp and conductor. So they are asking us to find out the value of potential difference across lamp and conductor. So let us try to find out. So for lamp, this is the lamp. Formula would be V1 is equal to I1 into R1. So they are asking us to find out value of V1. I1 का value है क्या हमारे पास? Yes, we have. Because this is a series combination, I1 value is nothing but this one, 0.25. And R1 value that is given as 20 ohm. So we can put that 0.25 into 0.25 into. ठीक है? 4 ohm. Okay, fine. So I have made a mistake here. What I've done is, instead of taking the lamp value, I have taken the resistor value. So do one thing. In place of lamp, first just assume that we are calculating for this resistor. Okay? So just cut that word lamp. It is just for this resistor. So value of this resistance is 4 ohm, and I can multiply with the total current which is available. So 0.25 into 4. So our answer would be what? 25 into 4 is 100 and 2 points. So that means 1 volt. So answer would be 1 volt. So 1 volt is flowing through this particular resistor. What about the lamp? Lamp value we can also calculate. Okay? How to find out that lamp value? 20 ohm into 0.25. Okay? That is V2 is equal to I2 R2. All you need to do is multiply 20 with 0.25. So 0.25 into 20. So that would be how much? 5 volt. Okay? 25 zeros are 0, 25 twos are like 50 and 2 points. So 500 ka 2 point, that means it is just 5 volt. So that would be 5 volt. ठीक है? So only the names are interchanged. ठीक है? So you can understand that. So give me response in chat box. Have you understood how to solve this? All you have to do is use the formulas which you already know and just put the values. That's it. Okay. Tomorrow we'll be covering the blue questions. ठीक है?